News from the London Chronicle for March 4, 1758. To the printer, baking of bread. As every good housewife may not be acquainted with the method of making good leavened bread, the following experienced one is, if you think proper, at the service of the public. Yours, and so on. Signed, the Staff of Life. An experienced method of making excellent bread. Take care your wheat be clean, sweet, sound, and fresh ground, and that you receives are sufficient for the bolting it, for all uses. The first, that will let all through but the horse bran, which bran may then be well rubbed between the hands, and then a good deal more flour will pass through. The second sieve should let nothing through but a necessary quantity of the finest flour for pastry, puddings, and such like. The horse bran and a little of the finest flour being thus separated, all the middle part is intended for bread. To a bushel of this last, mix 2 quarts of fine rye flour and a pint of fine oatmeal. Knead them as usual with warm water, sweet ale yeast, and a proper quantity of salt. Let your dough rise a proper time according to the season, then knead again, form into loaves and bake. This first baking will be good bread, but not so good nor so useful as the following, and is only directed in order to procure from it a proper quantity of leaven for the second and every baking afterwards, instead of using yeast, which is generally a bitter and disagreeable ingredient, and very far from being a wholesome one. Therefore, at the time of forming your first yeasty loaves, reserve a lump of the dough, as big as your 2 fists, which form into a round ball. Keep it in a round wooden box a little bigger than the ball, that this last may be entirely surrounded and covered with a little dry salt. Then shut down the hollow lid of the box, and place it in a dry place near the warm air of the fire, so as not to heat and ferment visibly. In a fortnight's time, this first leaven will be fit for making bread, and the like reserved balls from every 8 of 10 days according to the season. To make this excellent leavened bread, put into your kneading tub the above quantities of wheat flour, rye flour, and oatmeal. Mix well together with your hands. Make a hollow place in the middle of the dry mass, then with your hand bruise and dissolve the ball of leaven in a convenient vessel of warm water, till it appear like a thick gruel. Pour it whist warm into the hollow place mentioned, and lightly cover it over with some of the dry mass, placing the kneading tub first near the warm air of the fire, if in winter, and throw a warm cloth over it. There let the whole remain undisturbed from overnight till morning. But if in hot weather, a few hours standing from the fire will be sufficient. Then add some more water as may be sufficient to knead the whole into a pretty stiff dough. It requires double the kneading the common wheaten yeasty bread does, and must afterwards remain covered till it be well risen. The knead again very well, and formed into loaves. Some, by good kneading and raising, will make half the leaven serve. This bread should be rather more soaked in the oven than the white yeasty bread. This bread is far from being disagreeably sour. On the contrary, preferred to all others by those a little used to it, giving a more agreeable relish to victuals, no toughness, but moist, tender, and brittle in the mouth, and without doubt wholesomer than the best London white bread, though made with yeast, salt, water, and flour only. It will keep sweet and moist in a dry place a week or more in winter, and be better the 4th or 5th day than the 2nd. The only inconvenience attending it is the loaves in hot weather are apt to take a slight mould on the outside after 4 or 5 days. Yet the good housewife knows how to remedy this. 'Tis only by putting the loaf a little into a warm oven after the fresh bread is drawn, but then such loaf must be used in a few hours after the oven has cleared it of the mould, otherwise the bread would grow dry and disagreeable. N.B. The small quantity of rye flour and oatmeal in this bread is a high improvement of the leavened loaf. Their united flavour in the bread is agreeable beyond description, and the omission of the oatmeal makes a surprising alteration in the flavour for the worse, nor will the bread be so light and brittle on the palate. Equal care is necessary in procuring good rye flour and oatmeal. They are frequently abominable bad in the London shops.